Hello，各位猫们，大家下午好啊！欢迎来到星月櫻奈的频道，我是星月櫻奈，大家可以叫我奈奈哦。白兰老师下午好，血鸡蛋安下午好，阿成下午好。今天要来继续玩的是我们的霍格华兹，还有月星下午好。不知道为什么聊天室刚刚有出现月星，但现在没有。先跳过去。来个游戏。我朋友现在在看我的那个，这几天应该都在玩霍格华兹，先跟大家讲一下。我的Switch的盒子呢？在这里。
I suppose some introductions are in order.
It's that new fifth year.
Must be.
Well, I suppose.
Starting Hogwarts.
No.
Fifth year.
Wonder where they're from. They're locked in end up with Jordan. Right up Did you see the way they...
Can I help you?
The sorting ceremony last night.
Ah, you're the new fifth year.
嗨，志宇爱，下午好，
I'm
安
Sebastian
安。
Welcome to Slytherin.
Thank you.
Not everyone has a ministry escort to school.
He was a friend of Professor Fig's who merely joined us for the ride.
Still, impressive. Dreadful way to go, poor fellow. Glad you and Fig are all right.
Professor Fig and I were lucky to escape with our lives.
Indeed. And how did you escape?
It's all still a bit of a blur, to be honest.
Didn't mean to press. You just get yourself settled. We can talk more later.
It was nice meeting you, Sebastian. I'll let you get back to your book.
Nice meeting you too. Good luck today.
If I'm honest,
I wouldn't do that if I were you. Ugh, not going to move there, are you?
Here, watch this.
don't say I didn't warn you. Checkmate.
Told you. They should have listened to me. Ah, I know who you are. You're the new Slytherin, the one who barged in with Professor Fig last night. Interesting tactic on your first day, taking all the attention away from the first years. I'm Imelda, by the way. Shame I wasn't with you in Fig. I could have lured that dragon away. My skills on a broom are legendary.
Yeah.
Perhaps Professor Fig's friend would have survived if we'd had your help.
Precisely. Perhaps one of these days I'll show you a thing or two about flying. I can teach you more than Kogawa ever could. Speaking of which, I'd like to get in some time on my broom before classes.
Are you a keen Wizard Chess fan? You knew that boy was going to lose the match.
Not really. Much too sedate a pastime for me. Also, it's simply not that challenging. The moves are always so obvious. Why does no one else see it?
Do you have a lot of time to fly during school?
I make the time. There's nothing like swerving through the spires of the castle and around the Quidditch pitch to clear the mind.
Goodbye, Imelda.
Nice meeting you.
Nothing yet. I think I heard one. Doubt mermaids find us that interesting. Ah, based on all the chatter when you entered the common room, I'm guessing you're the new 5th year. I'm Ominous. Ominous Gaunt.
Nice to meet you, Ominous.
Well, you certainly had a memorable arrival.
Well, if I'm going to make my mark here, I had to start right away.
You're
嗨，
definitely
时
in
间
the
管
right
理大
path.
师
Do，let me know if I can be of any help as you navigate your first days here. Though I
下午
doubt you.
好。
Did that student say he thought he heard a mermaid?
Yes, but I've never heard of a mermaid showing up outside our common room window. It is fun to play along, though. Been known to keep some first years on the lookout for hours.
Were you expecting to be sorted into Slytherin?
Most certainly. My family on my father's side are direct descendants of Salazar Slytherin, one of the 4 founders of Hogwarts. Not something I'm especially proud of, mind you. He was obsessed with blood status, a pure-blood maniac. Unfortunately, most of his descendants do not fall far from that tree.
Thank you, Ominous. Very nice to meet you.
Pleasure was all mine. Don't be a stranger.
Is the new 5th year Slytherin in here? Professor Weasley's waiting for you just by the stairs.
I shrunk. I did. Don't give me.
Good morning. I trust you're ready for your first day at Hogwarts?
I've been dreaming of this day for a long time. Can't believe I'm here.
Well, you are here. Make the most of it. You only have one first day at Hogwarts. Now, in light of your unique situation, joining us as a 5th year, you'll need to catch up with your classmates and not fall behind. Especially as you'll be expected to complete your OWLs at the end of the year.
OWS，
OWLs.
哦
Owls.
Yes, your
Owls.
ordinary wizarding level exams. They will determine what type of career you can have when you leave here. After much discussion with the headmaster and the Department of Magical Education at the Ministry, we've devised something
大
extraordinary
家
to
都建议
ensure
我
your
用键
success.
盘玩诶。
Here you are.
What is it?
It is a wizard's field guide. It will help you to keep track of what you are learning so that you master all that's expected of a 5th year. You would be wise to take full advantage of this exceptionally valuable resource.
Thank you, Professor, but what do you mean it will keep track of what I'm learning?
Perhaps seeing it in action will answer any questions you may have. Walk with me and we shall put it to the test.
然后我忘记
This way. I certainly would have appreciated something like the field guide when I was a student. Using the guide will also train you to be alert to your surroundings. The guide will give you opportunities to practice your magic and educate yourself about wizarding lore.
Lumos.
Do keep up. Why don't you cast Revelio on that statue and see what details the field guide can provide?
我忘记线线型怎么用了。
Revelio.
哦。键盘的线线型我不会用。霍格华兹皇室眼镜。
Clever, isn't it? Keep your eyes open for more opportunities like that, inside and outside of the castle.
来，1万粉 Q 下午好。
Good timing. Perfect opportunity to show you how to use flue flames to get around a bit quicker. Your field guide contains a map of the castle. Open it up and find Central Hall.
恭喜入学，嘿嘿。
And here we are. Quite the time saver. These stairs lead directly to Central Hall. You can get almost anywhere in the castle quickly from Central Hall. Always something happening here. It's the heart
为什
of
么
the
他们走
hive,
楼梯
our
那个
king's
手脚都会那
station,
个
so？to speak. That should be all for now. You'll be expected to attend both
魔咒
charms
课
and
还有黑
defense
魔
against the
法
dark
防御
arts
术
classes
课。
today. And I'd like to be sure you get to Hogsmeade as soon as possible to replace the supplies you lost on the way here.
What will I learn in charms class?
Exactly what you might expect. Spells, charms, jinxes, all terribly useful. I think you will enjoy Professor Ronan. He's a clever and entertaining wizard, and a talented teacher.
Can you tell me more about the Defense Against the Dark Arts class?
Defense against the dark arts, as the name implies, focuses on how to defend oneself against the evils that lurk
我有看到
beyond these
纸张在
walls.
飞。
A mastery of defense against the dark arts is required for those who aspire to become auras. Fortunately, we are lucky to have the ever-gifted Professor Heckert in charge of our students' education in that regard.
You mentioned Hogsmeade, Professor.
Hogsmeade
嗨
is the only
咒
all-wizarding
家
village
太
in
主
Britain, and is home to an
安安
array
哦，
of
下午
shops
好
and。pubs.
这学期
You
课
should
程
be
教
able
的
to
是
find
入
all
室
the
抢劫
school
跟杀
supplies
人
you
魔法
require in。
等一下，
Hogsmeade. You will also, I imagine, enjoy many a butterbeer there with friends in due course.
Thank you, Professor Weasley.
A lot to absorb on your first day, and you have much to learn. Happily, your professors have agreed to create additional assignments for you outside of class. You'll be up to speed in no time. Judging by your adept use of Revelio earlier, I'd say Professor Fig succeeded in at least showing you the basics.
He did, Professor.
He's been terribly vague as to the events preceding your arrival, specifically about what happened after that awful
我
dragon
不知道名字
attack.
有没有叫错
My
哎。
suspicion is that there's more to the story than a search for belongings and an extended trip up to the castle.
We did take a bit of a detour on the way here. Ended up exploring some ruins and... I shouldn't say more.
Exploring ruins? Well, I presume Professor Fig has his reasons for keeping the details to himself for now. Speak of the devil, Professor Fig. Your ears must have been burning.
Oh?
Yes. You seem to have provided our new fifth year with a solid foundation in the basics of spellcasting.
Ah, I'm afraid I can't take all the credit there, Professor. They've a rare aptitude
我
for
喜欢看到
magic,
会
it
飞的
seems.
书啊。
Well, I'm just glad you both arrived in one piece. Perfectly good boats and carriages to Hogwarts, and you chose to fly in the path of a dragon.
I wouldn't say I chose the dragon's path, Professor. Rather unfortunately, it would seem that it chose us.
Very well. Enough chit-chat. I need to get to class myself. Might I rely on you, Professor Fig, to explain the details of the field guide's map?
Of course.
Thank you. Good luck today. And remember to use your field guide. It will be invaluable to you.
书本有魔法会自己分类跟归还。我刚刚看到一张，没有，也不是书本，是纸张在飞。
After you've attended both classes today, and I'll explain more about those assignments I mentioned. And we'll see if we can't get you to Hogsmeade for those supplies.
Hogsmeade.
Revelio.
They're a bit damp, but ever so picturesque.
It's good to see you, Professor.
And you. I was hoping our paths would cross today, before you immersed yourself in studies. Did I hear you and Professor Weasley talking about exploring ruins?
She caught me off guard. I didn't tell her anything else about our travels here. I will say, I think she suspects we're not being entirely forthcoming.
Yes, well, Professor Weasley is a brilliant and astute witch. It was right to keep the details to yourself for now. We don't know where this path we've embarked upon will lead. It may require a bit more flexibility with your time than she would approve of. And she may feel obliged to share details with the headmaster that would be better left between us.
Understood, Professor.
Good. Now, as capable as you are, I believe the ability you possess obliges you to be well trained. Happily, you have the benefit of an exceptionally skilled team of witches and wizards to guide you. Speaking of guides, and so that I may avoid another not-so-subtle reproof from Professor Weasley, why don't I show you the clever enchantment we included in the field guide's map? Unfold it and have a look. The map is enchanted to help you find your way.
嗨，宇飞，
This
下
will
午
be incredibly
好。
helpful. Thank you.
Now, sounds like you've quite a day ahead, what with classes and a trip to Hogsmeade for supplies, including your own wand.
我没
You'll
钱
enjoy
啦。
Mr. Ollivander. He's an exceptional craftsman and a good friend. I shall reach out when I have more information about our mysterious locket. For now, focus on your classes and pay attention. More than your owls may hinge on the magic you are able to master within these walls.
水鬼雕像。学习魔法。
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
Professor Hecat!
Perhaps you'd be good enough to blast each other to pieces in your own time. I get new students every year, but I only have one Hebridean black skull. It was a token from the Great Poacher Raid of 1878. No doubt you've heard of it. Now, you may be asking yourself how an old woman like me single-handedly took out the largest poacher ring in eastern Wales and lived to boast about it. Knowledge. To the wise, age matters very little. Today we will review a spell that has saved me from death at the hands of dark wizards more times than I care to remember.
Levioso.
Levioso? A levitation charm?
Levioso! A surprised opponent is a weak opponent. Care to defend yourself, Master Pruitt? No?
电线型释放时，如果有钉，就代表附近有隐藏资讯或物品，没事可以多放。哦。
Especially in the heat of battle. Now, let's practice what we've just learned, starting with something small.
Levioso.
Now, let's try something a little larger. Let us begin with a basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, a surprise. Well done. Very good, but the best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso.
This can't be your first duel.
Only all of my students were this adept.
You're good.
How perceptive.
How do you enjoy life duel? Watch your opponent decide to attack or defend yourself.
Not bad for a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge. Points to Slytherin.
Thank you,
史莱哲林加
Professor
分。
Glad to have the opportunity to practice.
If what I've seen today is any indication, we can expect great things from you. I demand excellence from my students.
被坏学生
They
盯上了
are
哈！
capable of achieving it, and they must
我
achieve
只
it.
是照老师
A
做
classroom
所有的
duel
做
is
啊。
one thing, but battling dark wizards, or as ever more likely, goblins, is a different kettle of Grindylows entirely.
Understood, Professor.
So, I'd advise you to keep practicing whenever you can. Perhaps Mr. Sallow will have some
刚刚一
ideas
脸
for you.
一脸不屑啊！
Well done today. I shall reach out soon with additional
李
assignments.
飞，你字打错了啊。
All right. That's enough spectacle for one day. Class is dismissed.
I'd hate to face Professor Hecat in a duel.
Nice work.
I enjoyed that.
Well, that duel was quite something. Everyone will be talking about it.
It was certainly good practice.
Practice.
看懂就好啦
Felt more like I was
这也可以
dueling an
开始注意
expert.
护盾的颜
Didn't
色
expect a new
用相同
student
颜
to
色
be
的
so
咒语
deft
攻
with
击
the
就能
wand.
破盾。
Then again,
哦，
perhaps this wasn't your first duel.
In fact, it was. Perhaps I have a knack for it.
Be coy if you like, but I know better. Magic requires intention and talent. You know, you might be a perfect fit for a certain exclusive, unsanctioned dueling organization.
Unsanctioned? I don't know. School rules are in place for a reason.
Yes, to keep students in the dark. So many things we're deemed unprepared to know. If you want to get the most out of your time at Hogwarts, you're going to need to break the rules now and then.
我发现我都
Whether
当
it's
乖乖
joining
牌
a
的欸。
secret dueling club or sneaking into the restricted section of the
啊，
library,
潘叔晚
you
安
just have to
哦，
be
下午
clever
好
enough。not to get caught.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll keep that in mind.
Good. Pleasure chatting with you. I'm sure I'll see you soon. Perhaps somewhere unsanctioned? We'll see if your performance today was sheer luck or actual skill. Look for Luke and Brattleby near the clock tower entrance. If you're
钟
interested.
楼路口附近。
Till next time.
诶，诶，我不是还有学，我不是还有课要学吗？怎么不见？出席魔咒课。哦，哦，我要先把那个黑魔法课，根据许可的地方要挑起你的好奇心啊，小蛇学妹，什么东西啊？哎，返回不了哎，那谁？伏地魔都叫妈妈。哎，ESC 不了哎，那谁？他当掉了，他当掉了。啊！我还没有存档，我还没存档，他当掉了。啊！我要重开了。 更新霍格华兹的传承时发生错误应用程式执行中。啊，我把它关掉了啊。剧情应该有自动增档。他说我把名字打反了，你知道吗？我把名字打反了。哦，还好。
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Arrogance.
等级2解锁。按错。这里有东西耶。
Lumos. Revelio. Protego. Lumos.
我要怎么把这个？这有东西。
Revelio.
叮，就这个东西啊。
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
飞龙喷泉。开不起来。
Revelio.
这里有扇门，但开不起来。画会动哎。哦 ，level 2了。 先出去吧。
Revelio.
没东西。等级2锁定，我不是等级2了没？什么东西啊？我刚听到猴子在叫。
If Hogwarts survives the reign of this headmaster, I think we should have a moon calf in charge. Never forget what that Hufflepuff girl said in 1421. What lovely stone. Oh, that... That is...
会，怎么在这么上面呢、啊？
Revelio.
然后总有人在这里打斗啊！嘿。
Professor Ronan tends to go on a bit. We sometimes have to remind him to finish the lesson.
Some of us don't necessarily want him to get back to the lesson.
现在可以跟祖先学几招基本咒语，那个是开锁之后等级要2。哦，嗨，子安，下午好。
Student, have you met Professor Ronan yet?
Shall we begin? Welcome to Year 5 of Charms. Now, this will be a crucial year in your education on the art of charm work, but I am confident that we will take hold with the passion and rigor requisite of such a challenge. Right, now, everyone, please open your textbooks to page 517. But before we begin, can anyone here tell me the difference between the incantations of the color change
变色咒和生长咒有什么差别吗
？Anyone? Anyone? Hmm? I am afraid it is too late to study now. My, the summer months must have really taken a toll on you all. By the looks of it, you all spent your holidays practicing Obliviate on one another. Do you even remember how to perform a basic summoning charm?
召唤咒。
Well, it seems that we are in dire need of review. Everyone get into pairs and take positions on opposite sides of the classroom. Now let's put those textbooks to use as the blunt objects you so believe they are, and take turns summoning them out of one another's hands. Only one book will be needed per partnership, Miss Dale. Thank you. Get into place now.
速前，这教室还蛮喜感的。
That is not bad.
You are a swift learner. I see a lot of potential, but remember, potential is nothing without practice.
欧奈女士
Keep at it. You might just rival Miss Onai here. Very good, everyone. That's enough of that. Well, as you all seem to have the basics down, and it is an exceptionally lovely day, I was thinking that we might have ourselves a little excursion outside for a spot of fresh air. After me.
都去外面了。
I've always found that fun goes hand in hand with mastery, as I'm sure the Quidditch players amongst us would agree. So, what better than a bit of sport to put our prowess with the summoning charm to the test, right?
哦，他造了好多东西啊。
So why don't we have our newest student start us off?
我干嘛？这出琴也是很常用的咒语，解谜战斗都很实用。
Relinquish your charm at the last possible moment. Now, think splendid. Not to worry. That's it. Very good. Very good. Points to Slytherin. But there's certainly no sport in playing without some friendly competition. Miss Onai, would you care to give our new student a bit of a challenge? Come on up. You'll be the blues, just as before, and Miss Onai, you are playing red. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Lisa.
我要怎么使斗？它掉了。它一直掉我控制不了这个力道。
That is how it's done.
控制不了这个力道。
Splendid.
输了啦！刚控制不了力道。
Let us make this a bit more interesting, shall we?
慢一点，没有控制不了那个力道。
I think we are well past interesting at this point.
I'll say.
Enough chatter. Focus now. You will need it. This round settles it all.
Be sharp. There we go. I know everyone is watching, but try not to be nervous. You're here as well.
That's it!
Here we go!
Ah, 掉下去了。
Don't lose your composure.
差一点点。
Let us see this. That is how it's done. You are not making this easy for me, are you?
接，拉到红色就能松开。接。
Well done.
接，干嘛顶我尾巴？小熊啊，下午好。
Class is dismissed. Gather your things on the way out.
Good game back there. I must admit, I think I underestimated you. Took me weeks to become proficient with Accio.
可能
Took
想摸
weeks for me
No.
to get anything right when I transferred here. It gets easier, I promise.
That's good to hear. It's a lot to take in all at once.
To put it lightly, I remember how I felt when I
他
first
是
I
师
transferred here
院
from
的
Wellington
吗？
just before my 4th year. My mother received an offer to teach divination here. Before I knew it, we had left Uganda and were halfway around the world at a new school in a new country.
Well, it's been nice talking and competing with you.
And with you. Ah, I think Professor Ronan wants to talk to you. Better not keep him waiting. Until next time.
Of course, you can.
A word,
use
if you would.
accusations, if you're so inclined.
You wanted to speak with me, Professor?
I did. I trust your first charms lesson lived up to expectation.
内院是
Well,
黄
an
色，
outdoor
鸟是蓝色。
competition wasn't exactly the lesson I was expecting, sir.
What charm is there in the expected? You did well, managing to best as gifted a student as Miss Onai.
Thank you, Professor. I enjoyed the match.
Miss Onai is always a fierce competitor, though I sense that she is a bit distracted of late. Now, Professor Weasley has asked that your professors give you instruction outside of the ordinary curriculum. Expect to hear from me soon regarding a special assignment that I am preparing for you.
你在挑战选弹中有尚未领取的东西。啊，刚刚的那个拉布拉萨没有学。
Hello there. You're the new student, aren't you?
ESC 可以开启任务。任务。储存完成，先存个档吧，要不然课都学完了，档还没有存。嗯，有东西，好多本本哦。不对，
Revelio.
上面有一个箱子。哎，他不给我跳过去。
Revelio.
哪里啊？ 这是没有用吗？Where？ 算了。随时存档，没错。
Is that all you've got?
Levioso!
这里看过了。官院，欢干是官，官院是黄色，鸟是蓝色。就是存档，不然又像刚刚那样断档掉。有些资讯要够靠近才显现，嗯。
Let us begin with the basic cast. See how the dummy deflected your cast? This time, cast Levioso first, then the basic cast. Remember, good. Well done. Very
那念花没错。
The best way to practice is by dueling. We'll start with you two. Duelists, take your marks.
Time for a proper Hogwarts welcome.
Now, I want a fair duel, using only Levioso, basic cast, and Protego. You may begin.
Levioso. This should be easy.
You're good.
Our perspective.
Oh.
What are you doing up there?
Rather good at it, aren't you?
Lucky.
Nothing lucky about it.
This can't be your first duel.
Let's just say I'm a good man.
I do enjoy fighting duel.
Protego.
Protego. Complicates things.
Levioso.
All of my students for this adept.
Program. Hi, H 乘 H， 安，下午好。
For a beginner. You give as good as you get.
I put you on the spot, and you rose to the challenge.
哦，等我一下。
Points to Slytherin.
Thank you, Professor Hecat.
等我一下，
Glad to have the
我要出
opportunity
门
to
上班
practice.
If what
了。
I've seen today is any indication, we can. A classroom duel is one. Again. All right, that's enough spectacle for one day.
存个档。哦，好吧，那好像现在不能存档，我好像
Dismissed.
Nice work.
I enjoyed. In fact,
Look for. Till next time.
我刚拿到啥？没看清楚，我只知道要储存游戏。好，存完了。好啦，那么各位奶奶差不多要下播啦，感谢今天各位过来观看的奶奶直播，那么奶奶要下播啦，各位拜拜，拜拜，皆さんおやすみなさい。